Shalom, shalom, Kala, Yabashina Shah, Yabashina Shah, Bashim, Pakadas, Pakadam. Have honor to our apostles, to our elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This Rob Mine from Nebraska campus, the GMS and push to the mark. And yeah, man, I wanted to do this lesson over just sitting is the new smoking, you know. Reason being because a lot of Americans in this time live a sedentary lifestyle, which means you sit down a lot. Let's see here if I can get the definition. Yeah, so sedentary in the adjective, it goes back to assemblies, uh, parliaments. It means remaining in one place. Okay. Um, I don't know if most brothers probably don't mess with it, but even if you get an Apple Watch, I'm not, telling brothers to get an Apple Watch, by the way. It's not no promotion or nothing like that. But the Apple Watches do tell you, hey, stand up, take a deep breath, things of that nature. And we stay in a society where we're not getting up and hunting our food. We're not skinning it. We're not cooking it. So if you count that out, we don't get on horseback. We don't walk anywhere. How we go when we're kids. We don't bike anywhere. Pedal bikes. So that's a negative. The jobs that we have, most people's jobs, are sitting down. So that's a negative. You get home, you're tired from work, so you're sitting down. That's a negative, you know. And I was watching this. I forget what I was getting into, getting in rabbit holes, and they were speaking on. See if I could find it. Not the actual article. Oh yeah, I was reading this book. I was reading a book, and they were saying how what is it, 5 miles or something like that? That is the minimum. I think it's 7 miles, but the CDC says 10,000 steps per day for most people. This is the equivalent of about 8 kilometers or 5 miles. Most people in the United States only take, 4,000 steps, which is below half of that. Um, so that's about 2 miles, you know, and that's not even cutting the mustard. And this is the bare minimum. This is talking about meeting the mark of being in shape. Not even like saying you're in shape. You're meeting the mark of not dying type thing. And when I was reading this book, it raised my attention because they were talking about how, you know, this African tribe walks like tens of miles, like 24 or something like that a day. And for you to do that, you would have to walk all day everywhere you go type things. And so I want to get to back to this article in Better Health, the Better Health channel. When you go to the summary, it says sitting or laying down for too long decreases your risk of chronic heart problems, your cardiovascular, you're bending over, standing up, getting dizzy, getting irregular heartbeats, uh, heart disease, diabetes, cancer. A lot of diseases are cardiovascular related. It's exercise and diet related. And being young, you don't take much consideration into that. But, these bodies are everlasting chains of darkness. And for two, you got all these artificial compound, complex, whatever's, sugars and salts that we're pumping into our body. That's like taking something that you're supposed to eat once a day and then smashing it into a little pill and then putting it in your body. You know, that's not good for your body to process. You know, that's why they call it processed foods, because it's been, you know, processed over and over and over. Your bacon, anything in a box, things of that nature. Then you're sitting down, your heart isn't working, you know what I'm saying, how it's supposed to. Your testosterone's not pumping, you know, you're not motivated, you're sitting down, uh, you're always eating, your melatonin's off, you know, a lot comes with, you know, not only eating bad, sitting down, and negative environment. You know, we already in Babylon, so we can't really avoid a negative environment. So we at least need to be healthy. Okay. So let's finish getting to this article and we'll get some precepts. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a precept real quick. So we're gonna go into Sirach chapter 30 and 12. It says here 30 and 15. It says health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. Okay, you know, so it's very important. You know, we gotta take care of our body, man. Our body's our temple. It's not a law. So if you want to eat hamburgers, that's not sinning. You know what I'm saying? So let's not cross that line. All right. So you know, everything goes around the scriptures, but we have a job to do. We have to preach His gospel. You know, whether we have thorns in our sides, you know, or whether we're in good health, we still got a job to do. But at the end of the day, you know, as the scripture says, judge not a man in meat or drink, you know, really talking about, you know, food that's sacrificed unto idols. But, you know, even in that, you know what I'm saying, we're not, oh man, you out here eating, you know, hot dogs, or you out here eating hamburgers, which you shouldn't be eating that shit. But, you know, not hamburgers, okay, but hot dogs, you shouldn't be eating no hot dogs and bacon and fried chicken, you know. It's just a level of intelligence that's expected out of others, to not be down in that, knowing that it's not good for your health, you know, and your mind. All right. So I want to get this precept, and then we'll continue on with the article. Okay. It says learn. So like Sirach 18 and 19. It says, learn before thou speak, and use physick wherever thou be sick. Okay, and that physick is talking about, you know, just being healthy. Okay, being healthy, exercising, eating right. You know, using physick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the NLT or GNT version of that. Yeah, so when you go into the GNT in the Apocrypha, it says, know what you are talking about before you speak, and give attention to your health before you get sick. You know, and again, you just, you know, you gotta get up and walk. You know, only thing, nobody telling you again to put on some Rocky music, blast it, and then go pump some iron. You know, take creatine and do all. That's not necessary. You should want to, as a man, you should want to max out your physical health. You know, as far as being productive. You know, being as strong as you possibly can. You know, being in the best shape you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody, you know, another dude touching on your kid. You can't do that about it. It's joking, but that should be a man's worst fear. Is when it's a moment to be a man, you gotta call somebody else type shit. God, man. You should want to be able to handle your own. Pick up something, run something, put something on your shoulder, carry somebody, you know. If you can't make it up a flight of stairs, man, you know, you should be concerned, you know. So getting back to the article in itself, and we'll close it out from there. Man, what is this about? What are we doing all that? So it says, too much sitting can also be bad for your mental health. Being active is not as hard as you think. There are lots of Let me skip that. Let me get to this paragraph. It says, "How does a sedentary lifestyle affect your body? Since humans are built to stand upright, your heart and cardiovascular system work more effectively that way. Your bowel also functions more efficiently when you are upright." And that reminds me of like even child labor. Women should squat, standing up, in that position to even give birth. So that's a normal position for our body to be in. Okay. So continuing on, it says, it, uh, also it is common for people who are bedridden in hospital to experience problems with their bowel functions. When you are physically inactive, on the other hand, your overall energy levels and endurance improve, and your bones maintain strength. Okay, uh, bum muscles, legs, and glutes. Sitting on for long periods of time can lead to weakening and wasting away of the large and gluteal muscles, which is where your core of your testosterone would, you can find it at is pull-ups and squats. That's a good way uh, to boost your testosterone as men. From what I learned in the personal training field, because the squats make it feel like you're being crushed, and the pull-ups make it as though you're hanging from a cliff. So your mind kind of tells itself to pump testosterone into your system. Just like if you get scared, your adrenaline kicks in. It's the same thing with pull-ups and squats, and it's tricking the mind to make you feel like you need to pretty much get more strength. So it's gonna put that uh, that testosterone, pump that testosterone out. Okay, it says these large muscles are important for walking and for establishing you. If these muscles are weak, you are more likely to injure yourself from falls and from strains when you do exercise. You're subject to getting hurt. It's a lot of things that come, LCLs, especially the joints, because that's another thing is that, you often think that, oh, I'm invincible, I'm young. You could just, especially if you know, have a history. Me personally, I had a history of exercising and stopping and exercising again. And I remember when I had my daughter, my wife had my daughter. Yeah, so yeah, I had gained weight, and I wasn't used to gaining weight, man, because I walked around like 140 on a bad day, good day, whatever day. You know what I'm saying? And I just hit that age where all the weight, the fat just wasn't getting off. My metabolism slowed, and caught myself getting in the ring, no stretching, and my knee just buckled. You know, sprained the LCL. I thought I was about to tear it. You know what I'm saying? Amongst many other things. I'm not just, I'm preaching to the choir. I'm in that choir myself. So when I'm pretty much saying I'm speaking from experience that I've experienced heart issues or cardiovascular issues, um, cholesterol issues, eating all these foods, these processed foods, and then not moving, not running. Your heart has to work. Your lymph node system has to work. It's your immune system. Your muscles have to work. Your joints, those are rubber bands, and that's another thing about joints. It ain't like muscles. You can't strengthen those with push-ups and all that. It's a wrap. Hey, it's a wrap. When them bitches go out, it's a wrap. Yes. You gonna have to find a dead motorcyclist to bounce back from that injury. Because those are the types that don't bounce back, man. I remember, man, when my knee buckled, bro, I went from being able to walk upstairs to struggling to take a step, you know, legs shaking and going ham. So, um, as a witness, and self-testimony, yeah, man, you want to get up, move around, and just taking you a walk a day is decent. But, for us younger brothers, man, look, man, Jake need to get up and walk some miles. Jake need to get up off the ass, you know. That's just pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got office jobs, but you better get one of them. I know a brother. Hey, he gets on it, man. You know, you got the little peddler underneath the desk. You know, things like that. You know what I'm saying? These things help you out tremendously, man. Okay, so I say that to say, just be mindful, get up, move around, so that way your body's in a good state of health. That way you can teach this gospel. That way you can, think straight. That way you don't get injuries. You're not injuring your body. And that's just an additional affliction that you got to worry about on top of the stuff that's job at hand. So hopefully this is edifying. You know, I really got to finish. Yeah. I could go ahead and just, just run over the things that can affect your back, your lower back, your hips and your back, anxiety and depression, you know, uh, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, varicose veins, deep vein, thrombosis, stiff neck and shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these problems that we're probably having to this day comes from sitting down a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why truckers go through what they go through, because they're sitting down a lot. You know? So just putting that out there, man, eat certain foods that promotes good blood flow, good muscle regeneration. What's the L-theanines? Lithanines and L-theanines. I forget how you say it. It's a funny way to say it. That helps. Eating your fruits and your veggies, your good cholesterols and things like that, man. You wanna, if I could give any advice, I can there is, ain't nothing wrong with eating bad, but you should eat good. And, you shouldn't have cheat days. You just have cheat meals. To where every day, all day, every day, you're eating your oats and all that. And then one day out the week, you're like, let me go over here and get some garbage real quick. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a balance. But if you're eating all that shit, or you're having these cheat days, nah, that shit ain't good, man. Let's keep it balanced. 90% good and 10% bad. You know? And that's just pretty much how you'll do it. But yeah, man, like I said, hopefully this is edifying. With that being said, give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, and Kakadash, the honest our apostles, who are elders who do well. Blessings and salutations to the brothers that have been teaching, and sincerity. Shalom.